Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I am so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Ashe. Thank you, Divine. I heard worry is a trap. Worry is a trap. You don't have to worry. All of your needs will be met. You are safe. You are secure. And you are so loved. So loved. Okay. I was doing a ritual last night, and I was working with Hecate, Lilith, and Durga. Very, very powerful. So today when I was getting my room ready, my cards ready for the reading, Hecate came through and she was like, start off with me. So I'm going to pull from this deck, the Hecatean Path. Okay. Let's see what Goddess Hecate is coming through with. What message? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Spirit. What's coming through for this beautiful being? Card 45. Perseus. Destruction. Now, if you've been feeling this vibe, that could be why if you've been feeling a sense of worry, that could be why. There could be some destruction going on that you're sensing, okay? But destruction can be one of the most beautiful things. It's a very necessary process in order to experience growth and rebirth. Sometimes things must be destroyed because not everything can remain the same, okay? So this feels like change. But let's see what's coming through. Card 45. That number might be significant to you at this time. 4 or 5, 444, 555. Okay. The Titan father of Hecate. He is most associated with the concept of destruction, likely in a military or warrior sense. It points to dangers that can lead to our own sense of devastation and ruin, but it can also be the annihilation of past traumas or success in overcoming obstacles to our progression. Hecate exhibits these destructive qualities inherited from her father, but she tempers them through skill and wisdom. Proceed with caution and only apply these qualities with prudence. So there's something that you're letting go of. It's an old way of doing things. It's a vibe that used to come to you whenever you would try to move forward. It could be fear. It could be doubt in yourself and your abilities. But you're letting go of this. And when we let go of a certain pattern, man, it feels like everything we've ever known is just changing and it's crumbling, and what are we going to do? Okay, I know that this isn't working anymore. I know I don't want to be afraid anymore, but what do I replace that with? You know? I know I want to believe in myself. I'm tired of doubting myself, but what do I replace that self-doubt with? What do I do when that self-doubt comes to me? Because it's always come to me in this moment whenever I've almost gone to the next phase. Yeah, this is about destruction of a pattern that doesn't work for you anymore. And so it's Destruction with a positive purpose. Yeah. And all of those energies that I mentioned that I was working with last night help us with this. Lilith brings us freedom. Kali brings us renewal through death, letting go of something that doesn't work for us anymore. And by doing that, we're free, we're liberated. Yeah. Thank you, Hecate. Let's pull from the wisdom of the oracle and see what else is coming through with this energy, Divine. Please clarify this destruction as far as moving towards a new way of doing things. Loyal heart. No more betrayals. You're no longer betraying yourself, talking yourself out of positive experiences, allowing yourself to believe that you don't deserve the best. You're no longer doing that. You're no longer going to betray yourself. You're moving forward knowing that you deserve all that is good, all that is protected, all that is safe and secure. We have the full moon in Leo coming up on February 1st, Sunday. So if you're watching this around that time, you can tune in into that energy, okay? Leo is heavily associated with the heart chakra. Also in your relationships, you're no longer allowing betrayal to be a part of your life, a part of your story. There may have been a time when you settled for something that felt like betrayal. You may have told yourself, oh, but it's just a little bit. It's not that bad, you know. But you're loving yourself more now. You're loyal to your own heart in a way that you didn't used to be. You're loving yourself on a deeper level, so your expectations in love naturally are higher now. You expect more. And so anyone who can rise with you to meet those expectations, they can come along. But anyone who's stuck in old patterns that maybe you used to put up with because they were just good enough to make it into your world, but you're not settling for that anymore. You've raised the bar and you expect loyalty. And Divine says that this change is happening within your relationships where you expect more. If people are going to be in your world, if people are going to remain in your realm, there's a certain list of expectations that they must meet. And what I'm getting is that it really doesn't have much to do with physique and appearance and all of that. Some of that might be important to you, but it really has to do with their heart. How much they love themselves, how secure they are within themselves, and therefore how they're able to love you. That has a direct impact on how they're able to love you. Yeah, you expect loyalty now because you're being loyal to yourself now. Building blocks and no place like home. You're building from the inside out. You're building from the inside out. There could have been a time in your life where you started your planning process for your life with a resume or things that people could see from the outside. You wanted a certain level of security and stability regarding finances and things that you were acquiring, material possessions, but now you're building from the inside out. Now you're starting by loving yourself. And I feel like this isn't just big picture, this is every day too. You wake up in the morning and you ask yourself, what do I need to do to love on me? What do I need to do to make myself feel safe and secure today? What do I need to do to be loyal to myself today? Is there anybody I need to block? Is there a certain page I don't want to go to anymore? Do I need fresh air? Do I need some tea? What are my boundaries today? What am I not going to invite into my space today? Because I need to keep my mental energy pure, clean, pristine. You're protecting your own energy, and there could have been a time where you expected someone else to protect you, as most humans do. We expect others to protect us, but perhaps you felt disappointed when you expected other people to protect you, so you've learned how to protect yourself. This is a part of your building blocks. This is a part of how you build your world. You ask yourself, what is it that I need to feel safe, to feel secure today, to protect my energy? And none of this is to say that you don't need people. It's good to have people, but it's even better to connect with people because we choose to, not because we need them, right? That way we make better selections. When we're not dependent on another person, we can choose if we want a person in our life based on healthy criteria. Are they good for me? Is this a good match? Do they have a loyal heart? Are they showing me that they are loyal? Are they showing me that they deserve to be in my world? And that's how you create a space where it's like no place like home. No place like home. I don't know why that show 227 keeps coming through, because that's the intro song. No place like home, where your family and friends and you're never alone. Some. I don't remember the the words, but that came through in the last reading, or one of the last readings, I think. But that show, that sitcom 227, that was the intro, No Place Like Home. But I'm hearing that, and you're creating a space around you that reflects the beautiful energy inside of you. Because truly, your energy within you, there's nothing like it. There is nothing like it. We're in minute 14, Temperance in the Tarot. You're patient. And you're patient because you've learned how to alchemize energy. You've learned how to see something in front of you, maybe something that was given to you by life itself, and it wasn't necessarily what you wanted, okay? Maybe you didn't even like it, but you learned how to turn it into something that worked for you. You learned how to grow from it, how to evolve. And that's what you do. You allow everything to contribute to your evolution. 1444 on the timer. And that is why you know that you are divine and you are so protected. And there's no place like home. No place like home within you, and no place like the home that you're creating around you. Your sacred space where you seek refuge from the outside world. Okay? But even the outside world isn't scary to you anymore. I mean, there might be some things that you're like, ugh. I know I still feel like that sometimes when I go out and I'm, you know, seeing certain things or whatever, but you're more secure wherever you are because you're always at home within yourself. And so you don't have to feel afraid. Because truly, you are always at home within yourself, within your body. You're on a journey of knowing yourself and loving yourself at all times. Deeply. Deeply. Okay? Nice. So see how like that card, destruction, at first it can seem like, oh my. But then when we dig into it, it's like, it's beautiful. Your evolution is beautiful, and that's a part of that process where certain things you're letting go of. And you're evolving. You're evolving. Okay. Let's go here. What's coming through for this beautiful being, Divine? What's coming through for them? What do they need to know? Movement, reminder, it says don't forget. What should they not forget? Self-worth was in reverse. So there's something that's been leading you to question your self-worth, okay? Most things in the Matrix do lead us to question our self-worth, okay? Got complicated on the bottom here. And then strength. Well, that's another reason why that full moon in Leo energy is really powerful. Because that's associated with the strength card, okay? So something might seem complicated right now, but Divine is saying that the solution for that is your inner strength, and you do have the strength that's needed. You have the strength that's necessary. Okay, they're saying to go to the Afro Goddess Oracle. I want to see what's testing your self-worth. Okay. Testing this beautiful being's self-worth at this time. Okay, well, this just reiterates that movement card because you're being encouraged to move forward. There's something that you are meant to move forward with. And it's something that there's been clouds around it. This could be clouds of worry because at the beginning of the reading it came through that you don't need to worry. So there could be a sense of worry that's been coming to you. And you've been feeling like, I don't know, should I keep moving forward? There's some doubt there. But movement, you see these horses? Horses might speak to you as the spirit animal, horses, coming through, guiding you to keep moving forward. Okay? Even through what feels like cloudiness. There's something that feels complicated though. There's something that feels complicated. Let's see. We're going to go here. Secrets. Secrets. There could be secrets that you're wondering about. They carefully curated each post to deceive other people. There could be someone who has been spreading rumors about you or misjudging you. What else, Spirit? Spell work. Okay. So, yeah. Spell work and this clouds card. I mean, yeah. If someone wanted to make you doubt yourself, spell work would be the perfect way. And it doesn't have to be that they were intentionally standing at their altar with a cauldron. It could have been like that. This could be a person who likes to get down like that. But what I'm sensing is someone who created a very complicated web of lies, of gossip, in order to try to make you doubt yourself. Okay, because this came out in the reverse, this self-worth. Divine is reminding you that, oh, reminder. Yeah, this is the reminder. Divine is reminding you that your self-worth is not based on anyone's words about you. People might speak about you, and really their negative words are a projection of how they feel about themselves. And so in many cases, when they're saying ugly things about you, it really is truly how they feel about themselves. And the reason why they target you is because you do have a divine mission. You wouldn't have both of these cards if you didn't, with movement and the Rider. This gives me Chariot vibes, where you have a mission and you're being asked by the divine to remain focused on that mission. Also, you're extremely unique. This is a black unicorn. You're very unique. You're not like everyone else. And so a lot of times when you have someone with your unique energy, people are so angry because they cannot copy it. They can't reproduce what you do. When they enter your presence, they immediately feel intimidated because you're unlike anyone else that they've ever known. And they hate that they can't just simply create a copy, an imitation of what you are, of who you are. There's someone here who wants to be just like you, but they don't even know where to begin. They've tried to do things like copy your style. I'm seeing here like her beautiful hair. They may have tried to do their hair like yours, or they may have dyed their hair the same color as yours, or they may have tried to adopt something about your culture. Like if they're from a different culture, then maybe you notice that they're trying to, I'm hearing, immerse themselves in your culture. So it's like they want to learn how to be of your culture, which that's not how culture works. You just feel it, and you can learn about it, and you can immerse yourself in a culture, but not to imitate someone. It's never going to turn out right like that. It's always going to look like a person who's just unhappy with themselves when they're doing it for the wrong reason. If they're doing it because they truly admire that culture and they feel a connection to it, that's something else. But this person is trying to become you. It's not that they like your culture, they just want to be like you. So they've tried things in the physical that they could try to imitate, to be like you, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And they keep feeling like it's not working because nobody is coming to them and admiring them. They see how people admire you. That's another thing. They want your admiration, whatever admiration it is that they've witnessed. And what I'm getting is that there's a lot of admiration for you that you haven't heard, that this person hears. They hear other people saying really great things about you. And that makes them so jealous. Oh my gosh, they want to just fight somebody because they hate whenever someone speaks positively about you. And that happens a lot. They hate that you're so liked. They hate that you're so loved. And so they want to complicate things. And this is a test of your strength. I think it's Lucy. I grew up watching I Love Lucy. I love her. I still think she's so funny. I love watching that show. But it was a quote that she made. And she said, it's something like this, but she said, in order to get anything done in this world, you've really got to love yourself. And it's so true. And you look at the fact that she was a female comedian back in the day, I guess what, in the 50s and 60s? Maybe 40s, 50s, 60s. And that was a male-dominated industry. There were very few female comedians, and she was so successful. And then she had a very challenging personal life. Her husband was not faithful to her, and they divorced, but then remained as friends. And it was just a lot that she went through, and then all while being in the public eye. So for her to say that in order to accomplish anything in this world, you've really got to love yourself. I've always taken that to heart, and I've always respected that advice from her. And I knew as soon as I heard that years ago, like decades ago, I knew that loving myself was something I really needed to do. And so that's exactly what this is. Somebody sees that you are an extraordinary being, and that you've got, it's like the it factor. They see that in you, and they see that you have a mission, a purpose. You may have started something creatively that they've gotten wind of, and Divine says, please keep going with this, because you can't stop because of this person. This is just par for the course, because there will be other people like this who test you, who challenge you, who attempt to ridicule you, because they see what you have, and they are so jealous that they want to just see if they can stop you. Okay, don't let them stop you. That's the reminder. Okay, that's the reminder. In order to get anything done in this world, you really got to love yourself, and you've got to be your own biggest fan too, because there are times where you do something and you think it's so great, and then it's like, where is everybody? Where's the crowd? Sometimes the crowd's there, sometimes the crowd's not there, but you cheer for yourself no matter what. Okay, no matter if there's like one person clapping or just crickets, or if it's 20,000 people clapping for you, you cheer for yourself. And always know that your ancestors, your spirit allies, and the archangels, they're all cheering for you. Okay, what else does this beautiful being need to know? Divine Feminine really loves you. There's a Divine Feminine that really loves you. For some of you, this could be yourself. If you're a Divine Feminine, okay, this is evidence that you are really truly manifesting this beautiful self-love. But also, I'm getting that there is a Divine Feminine that really loves you. I'm getting that for some of you, this is someone who has crossed over. This is a mother who has crossed over. This is a grandmother who has crossed over. They are Divine Feminine, and they were when they walked this earth. And they really love you. Yeah, because I was just talking about the ancestors cheering you on. Okay? For some of you, this is someone in this physical realm now who truly loves you. You have a Divine Feminine who really loves you. Okay? There's somebody here who's an imposter. And this is coming through from that this Divine Feminine spirit. Okay? They're saying don't worry about the imposters. You got people who really love you. Okay? You got people who really truly love you. So don't worry about the imposters. Also, what I'm getting is that there is an imposter. This could be a feminine, but they're karmic. They're trying to pose as a Divine Feminine that really loves you. Okay? So to people around you, it's like, you know, oh yes, I'm so spiritual. So this is a person who is a spiritual imposter. And they're acting as though they are not karmic, but they truly are. And so everything that they say about you, they say things, they craft their words, and this is a part of that spell work, because they use word magic. What they do is they try to craft their words so perfectly to the point where they still look like they're spiritual, but they're trying to make you look like, I heard like you're chaotic. They want to make you look chaotic. And this is going to backfire terribly. 2929 on the timer. This is going to backfire so badly. I don't mean to laugh, but I find it humorous when people do things like this, because they try to be so crafty. But I have seen over and over and over again in my life where people do these things and they try to take people down by smearing their name and all of that, and it always comes back to haunt them. Always. And the thing is that every single word that they speak about you comes back to them so many times worse, like 10 times over, 20, 30, 40 times over. And this is because they're trying to punish you for being who you are meant to be. And whenever somebody does that, the karma is so painful, because it's going to take something painful to bring somebody to a place where they will course correct, okay? They will correct their path, because this person is not on the right path. And that's one reason why they're so jealous of you, because they see that you are on your correct path. Destiny. They see you achieving your destiny. They want your destiny. They want it. Okay, somebody's cock blocking. I'm getting that. Oh, okay. So some of those people that are speaking so highly of you are masculines. And it doesn't have to be cock blocking. It's just that they're trying to block your attractive energy. So they see that people are truly drawn to you. Okay, this could be masculines or feminines, right? But they hate that people are so highly attracted to you. And so they want to get in the way of that. Okay, they said go to this one. Let me see. What's the energy coming through with this spirit? With this cock blocking? What's the energy here? Or with anything else that needs to come out about... Oh, mate poaching. Well, there you go. So they're trying to interrupt your flow. With mate poaching, it feels like there's somebody already who is very... they've made a commitment to you of some sort. And so this person who is an imposter, they're trying to interrupt the vibe. Okay. What else do we need to know about this situation, Spirit? Haunted by the past. So there could be some situations in the past that have made this even more complicated. Okay. You know, a lot of times with this mate poaching type of vibe, where somebody's trying to intentionally take away attention from you, when they notice that there's someone who is interested in you or who is dedicated to you, a lot of times it can ruffle our feathers, because you're on a divine path, but that doesn't mean that you don't have wounds from the past, right? That doesn't mean that perhaps you haven't suffered from an abandonment wound or a rejection wound. It could be from a parent. It could be from a caregiver. It could be from a family member that was supposed to love you. 33 on the timer. So it feels like with this mate poaching, it could be even more painful, because it triggers something that was already there, a wound that was already there. Divine, what do we need to know about this situation? Let's go to Tangled Love. Oh, yeah, right here. What do we need to know about this situation with the mate poaching? Somebody's at rock bottom. And I feel like this is the person trying desperately to get attention from your person or from people around you. They're trying, it's like a last-ditch resort, or last-ditch resort effort. They're resorting to last-ditch efforts. Or resort. They might want to go to a resort with somebody. They might want to go on a trip with somebody. Make it rain. They see you surrounded by blessings, and you are surrounded by blessings. What else needs to be known about this mate poaching situation? Yeah, they're infatuated with someone who is infatuated with you. There may have been something that happened that should not have happened. There could be a lack of loyalty here. Deuces, you may have said goodbye to somebody. You may have said goodbye to somebody because you know what came through in the beginning, like the loyal heart, where you expect loyalty. I feel like whatever it was, however it was that a person who claimed to be loyal to you had whatever commitment it was that they made to you, however it was that they were tested, you were not pleased with the results of that test. Okay, so it feels like, yes, an imposter may have tested them, their loyalty to you, but it feels like they didn't pass the test. Because ultimately, nothing can happen to a bond between two people unless one of them allows it to. You see what I'm saying? So it feels like you learned who this person really was. Yeah, and you've gone no contact. Deuces and no contact. It's like you were not playing. You put your foot down. And you know what I'm getting is that because of this choice that you've made, you are going to be so much more abundant. Because this was stagnant energy that was holding you back, making it so that there was a blockage. Coming clean with a message. Heart-to-heart conversations. Confessing, opening up. So somebody wants to confess now. They want to confess their sins. I keep getting an image of a trip though, because I said resort. Somebody went on a trip. You may have gone on a trip too when you said deuces. So it says unfinished business, opposites attract, sick and tired. So somebody feels like they have unfinished business with you. I'm getting this in two ways. One, this person is sick and tired of their own actions that they committed against you or your bond. But also you've been very sick and tired of their foolishness, okay? What is the guidance here, Divine, as far as moving forward with this mate situation? What is the guidance here, Divine, for this beautiful being moving forward? Oh, well, that's from the other deck. What is that? Inner child. There's something here about your inner child that needs to be nurtured. And I feel like, okay, what's coming through is that this whole situation could have happened for a reason. And that's to point out any sort of wounds that you have been carrying that have opened you up and made you a bit more sensitive to pain from a lover because of a past situation that you've been through. So it's an opportunity for more healing, for more acceptance of who you are, not judging who you are, but seeing that, okay, this really, really hurts me when I'm experiencing this. It makes me feel heavy. It makes me feel afraid. It makes me feel frustrated and sick and tired. So what do I need to do to heal myself and to protect myself so that I'm in a positive situation where I don't have to rely on someone who's going to hurt me in this way? Or I don't have to fear being hurt in this way because I know that no matter what happens, with a bond that I'm in, or with someone that I'm getting to know, or someone that I call a lover, I'm still going to be okay. So it's about choosing to focus on yourself and focusing on your own energy, even in the midst of feeling like someone is betraying you, because it truly is your self-love that's going to get you through anything. It's your self-love that's going to get you through anything, whether it's betrayal in a relationship, whether it's a person who is obsessed with you because they want to be you. The only thing that's going to heal you through any and all of that is your own self-love. And so that's where divine is guiding you back to, is your own sweet, beautiful inner child. That's where the answer lies. That's where the answer lies. Okay? Anything coming through with this person, this lover? What's the guidance there regarding their energy towards this beautiful being? What does this beautiful being need to know about their energy? The Hermit. So this person is going through a phase in their life where they need to go within. They need to go within. There's work that they need to do on themselves. They need to kind of shut everything down, go within with that little lantern, and turn on the light inside of them to see what needs to be loved on, accepted, because whatever it is that they did that hurt you, they did that out of insecurity and selfishness. So there are things that they need to investigate within themselves in order to grow, okay? But I feel like divine is also inviting you to do this as well, where you're going within and asking yourself, do I really need anything from this person? Why do I want something from them? What do I want from them? Do they even have what it is that I want? Can they give me what it is that I'm wanting? Can I give myself that? And focus on giving myself that. And be so focused on loving myself that more opportunities, more options open up. You see what I'm saying? I'm getting the vibe that there could be a focus on this person, and the solution to that, if that's causing pain, to focus on this person who betrayed you, the solution for that is to focus on yourself and to love yourself so deeply that other doors of opportunity start opening up for you as you're just minding your business, loving on yourself, nurturing your own energy. And as you're doing that, if it's meant for this person to heal themselves and transform and become a reliable option for you, then that will naturally happen. But even if it doesn't, you're creating a perfect environment where other opportunities that are healthy for you and that are a positive match for you are very much available to you. 43 on the timer. Because this sick and tired card, I don't want you sick and tired. And I know you don't want to be sick and tired. Yeah, you've got the Lovers and the Knight of Swords. So there is love that you are going to experience. And look, that's what Spirit started all these love readings. I don't know. The last reading was a love reading. You might want to check that out if you haven't seen it. But this is Loyal Heart. Divine is letting you know what you deserve. This is what you deserve. And so anything short of that is like, it's a no. So what it feels like here is that you're so focused on yourself. Look at this. You're so focused on yourself. Doing things that are meant for you to do on your path in alignment with your purpose. And I really see this just like this Rider card. You see? Because the Knight of Swords in the traditional tarot is on a horse riding. So you are so focused on what you're here on this earth to do that you naturally manifest the love that you deserve. That's what Divine is guiding you to do in this reading, okay? It's that you don't have to find the love that you deserve. You're going to manifest it, but you're going to manifest it by doing what you're meant to do and by allowing your life, your world, your self-love to be the focus. And you are going to manifest very quickly. The Knight of Swords is a very quick energy. Very quickly, you are going to manifest this beautiful love that is meant for you because you were meant to come first. Your soul's work was meant to come first, and then it opens doors to this love. But it is on your path to experience that. It's on your path. For certain. I'm going to pull a couple of these to see what awaits you. Communication will be very important in your healthy love relationship, and it's going to happen very naturally. It's not something that you're going to have to force. Your lover is going to nurture you. Yeah, okay, so you've got evaluation. So that's what is happening there with that Hermit card, where Divine is encouraging you to go within and ask, does this person who hurt you, do they even have anything that you want? Do they have what you truly need? Are they able to give it to you? Okay, because it feels like by carefully evaluating this person, you're going to find that whatever way it was in which they betrayed you, they've still got work to do. So it really doesn't feel, it feels like a waste of time to focus on them at this time. The sacrifice comes into play where you're choosing to focus on you. You're choosing to do your soul's work. Giving up something now for a future reward is exactly the vibe. And it might feel like you're giving up something now, but really you're just making room for what's truly meant for you. Okay? And you've got patience. Manifestations are on the way. Exactly. This is also that reminder where Divine is saying, don't forget your actual purpose. This is you. And this is what you're meant to be doing right now. Your purpose. Creating what it is that you're meant to create. Doing your passion. Doing your soul's work. And as you do that, you're going to notice that things seem a lot less complicated. A lot less complicated. And what you're truly meant to experience in this life, in every area, abundance-wise, because you are truly manifesting prosperity, as well as love. Everything is going to fall into place as you commit wholeheartedly to do your soul's work. That's really what Divine is reminding you to do. Everything else is going to fall into place, but just do your soul's work. Okay? All right, beautiful being. I'm so grateful that you tuned in. And I hope that you enjoyed this message. I hope that it brought you some clarity, some insight, and some good vibes. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.